On Legionary here playing more RuneScape Dragonwilds. Welcome to our daily gaming XP grind. And so things you missed in behind the scenes. We did level up our magic to level 46. It's unfortunate. I was trying to wait until I made this video today to sort of do that, but unfortunately it did not happen that way. So we did make a lot of ash planks, so that way we can work on construction again rather soon. So this video is going to be a little bit different. We actually did work quite a bit on artisan. So we sort of started making more materials, and the biggest reason for this is that we were trying to sort of work on our mannequins a little bit and sort of work towards getting them geared. So we built another chest that has a lot of food. I think we collected about 5,000 dirty water, and so we did work on that quite a bit. So we're going to go ahead and start those really quick. So hopefully nightfall comes quickly, so we can sort of just boost that. But I actually want to grab a cooking potion, as we are going to need that, and we don't want to miss XP, especially with cooking, as we just can't afford to do that. So we got all these ready to go, and like I said before, hopefully nightfall comes rather quickly, because we do want to sort of push these along. So I do believe it may be coming. I'm not quite sure. And I also noticed there's sort of like a tornado up there. I don't really know what that is in that area. So we may go check that out eventually and sort of see what it is. So water really doesn't give a lot of XP. I'm not even sure if a cooking potion maybe potentially gives you 2 XP. It's actually quite crazy when you think about how much dirty water you would have to collect for you to truly benefit from it. And so we are going to be getting some cooking XP, and those are going to be doing that. And we'll just do an XP update as we have been playing the game behind the scenes. So attack 255,000, haven't really been touching that. Woodcutting, we have been 783,000 XP, as we're trying to get more ash planks, so that way we can make a ridiculous amount of side tables and just level up construction a lot faster. So construction sitting at 1,543,000. Rune crafting sitting at 392,000, which I'm very happy with. Mining 4,021,000. Artisan 3,055,000, and cooking 116,000. So you can see I've actually done a little bit of cooking behind the scenes, so we have been leveling up in that as well. We've been collecting a lot of resources for cooking, so we've been running around and collecting a lot of dwell berries and red berries and different things like that. So ultimately it's a difficult process leveling up cooking, because it just takes so much time, so many resources. And look at all these oak logs. We really don't know what to do with them. I guess we could try to find an item that just takes 1 resource or 2 that's easy to get. But ultimately, with side tables being able to be made, it doesn't really make any sense to sort of go start doing something else that's just going to be a lot more complicated when it comes to what you have in your inventory. So I think we're quite happy with where things are with that. So I don't really think we need to focus on that too much. So in regards to other things we can do, I suppose since those are working, and we need to try to find something to do for just a little bit, we can go ahead and run around and get our magic level up. So obviously we don't necessarily need resources, as our artisan is already very good. I think it's more so going to just be the fact that we need to get magic XP in a game, and this I rather enjoy this actually. So it can help a little bit with our mannequins, as well as sort of getting them geared up, but I think for the most part it's not really that big of a deal. But we also got our cores right now, so even if we get hit, it's not going to hurt as badly. But these are great. The wild Lapius vine for XP. Obviously, they can pose a little bit of danger, and if you don't really want to deal with those when you're out here, I think I've stated it before. I haven't tried it, but I think it would work. I don't know why it wouldn't. But basically, you want to just sort of build something there, like a wooden floor, and I don't know that they would respond, because if you sort of think about a tree, if you actually have something there, like I said, like a floor, the tree will not respond. So I don't know if it necessarily works when it comes to that. I know like some creatures just sort of spawn inside your base, but that's a little bit different, right? Because that's an actual plant that doesn't necessarily, I don't think, change location when it comes back into the game. So I think that could be a little bit beneficial if any of you guys are struggling with those vines, as they can be quite deadly, especially if a couple things were to sort of happen at once. So I guess if like some Garu were after you and you get hit by lightning, and then that thing strikes you as well, I think that could be pretty much done. You'd be done for. So We are going to get back to rune crafting eventually. We haven't really started the phase where we get them all ready, which is going to take time and sort of preparation of sort of getting them all dropped on the ground. So that way, when we do it, we just get like mass amounts of rune essence, which I think is ideal and very important. I think we may probably not going to be able to get a magic level in this video, but we will be checking back on our food that's cooking here shortly. And ultimately, we are progressing. And now that we don't really do any building, I think we're seeing that a lot faster than we originally were, because we really did sort of just cut back. Let's see what we want to take. Okay, so I don't even know that I've been across this bridge. I know that when I went up into there to do the quest and things like that, I went a different way. But there's so much rune essence. It's so hard sometimes, as I've got my mind just sort of scattered with all the different things that I want to level up in the game. But these guys provide quite a bit of XP when you're leveling up magic or even attack. But got to try to make sure that we're killing things to get XP. So let's go ahead. There's a plant. It's a wolf. I thought it was a plant. But these guys are good XP as well, and they provide hide, so that's pretty useful. There's some more sheep back up there, but I don't really think I want to put myself in that position, as obviously there's not just sheep over there. There's a lot of Garu and Goru shamans, and I don't really want to deal with all that right now. It's actually my least favorite thing, having to deal with shaman, just because they can poison you, really. I think that's the one thing I don't like about them. So it's really the thing that makes them dangerous. I don't really like to carry around an extra anti-poison potion while I'm playing the game. It just doesn't seem like something that I would really enjoy. Oh, that was terrible. So let's go ahead and put a couple more things in our storage chest, and then we're going to keep going. But that should be fine. It should be good. So we actually might be able to get this magic level. I think there's just going to be a couple things that are really going to determine whether or not we're able to do that. And I think that's really just going to be creatures that are available to kill that don't pose a large threat to us. Because obviously, as you know, if you run into a group and there's too many of them, then that would not be wise and beneficial. So we are going to kill this wolf, and then we're going to kill that ram. And this is working out quite nice. So as you can see, leveling up magic is actually really not that difficult if you're focusing on it. And overall, I wish that there were earth spells, I wish that there were blood runes, and I wish you could just sort of have a little bit of a variety with the spells. But as I stated before, though, I think that that actually opens up a lot of opportunity in December when they sort of expand the game. So I think that that might be their goal, to sort of offer us some things now and then sort of offer us more later. Because I would argue that they're not adding a lot of creatures, but they introduce magic. But then you could say, well, if you give us all the magic now, then it's going to be the thing of, okay, well, we don't really have anything new to fight these new creatures. So I guess there's always something you could sort of twist around and have something to complain about. So we do have a problem here in the distance. As you can see, there's a shaman and then there's a berserker, and we really don't want to deal with these guys. They are no fun. So ultimately, we want to be mindful of that and where they're going, and they look like they're headed right towards me. So I've got to get out of here, because one potentially might aggro the other. Now, the berserker we could probably take, but unfortunately, I just don't want to take that risk. So we are going to go back this other way. We can always pick up those materials later. I think the biggest thing is time-wise, do we have enough time to sort of get this last level? I think we should be okay. So I've just got to try to be efficient here, and also try to remember that we do have a certain time frame in the video length, and that's on purpose, as obviously we're trying to keep in mind that you guys obviously have other things you like to do in the day, and we want to be able to provide content with you guys without taking up too much of your time. So let's go ahead and go over here, and this guy actually is great. Now, yes, he's incredibly dangerous and not that fun, especially because you have to maneuver so he doesn't just completely annihilate you, but you can see all the XP we're getting, which is quite a bit. So we might be able to get this done. Oh, that did not work. I don't know if you saw that, but we tried to do the spell where you knock him down, and that was a tremendous fail. So essentially one more hit here and we're dead, and we're dead now. So that was actually ridiculous, and I sort of got caught in a spell. But the fact is that first initial blast was supposed to knock him to the ground, or at least sort of um, get him in a state of disorientation, and it just didn't work that way. So now I'm dead. So I think that's quite unfortunate. And now we decide to come into here, and where's our body? It should be over here. So ultimately, we're going to probably just finish up this magic level while killing sheep and ram. I think that's probably the safest thing to do, which is unfortunate because that guy does give a lot of XP, but as you can see, things can go wrong. So, and really, I think you should get a lot more when you kill them. I think they do drop the patterns, but I've already got all the patterns, I think. So, the different things that you can create, I think I have most of them. There's a couple capes I still have to get, but those are sort of hidden in different areas of the game, so we haven't really focused on that a lot. But I don't know why this sheep, there we go, he's dead now. I guess that spell was more powerful, so it's just sort of able to go through the rocks. So we are going to have to open up our personal storage chest here and drop a couple things in because we are out of space. So we're rather close right now to getting this level. So I think we will go kill the vine now. I think that's probably our best option. So let's go ahead and do that. And this should give us quite a bit of XP. And then we'll be a lot closer. It's unfortunate I died. But I mean, it's still going to happen. I think that we could have did a little bit different. And we sort of are going after something that was actually quite powerful. But I was hoping to do that as it was going to be giving a lot of XP. I don't know why these animals just want to hang out sort of inside these bones, but it makes it a little bit more tricky for collecting whatever they drop, as well as just overall for my attacks hitting them. So usually there are some Guru that spawn in there. It's just interesting on the spawns sometimes. Sometimes things spawn back really quick, sometimes they don't. So all we need to do is find a couple more creatures, and we should be able to get this level. We're going to go back, get our cooking XP, and then that's pretty much going to be it for this episode. But obviously we do them daily, so we, rather enjoy sort of doing this and sort of making content and then being able to provide it to you guys. So hopefully you guys learn a little bit and hopefully you enjoy watching it, as we really enjoy playing RuneScape Dragonwilds, and I'm sure a lot of you out there do as well. So we've got to go chase after a bunch of sheep and ram. It's really unfortunate that that guy killed us, but oh well, what are you going to do? So here we go. I don't know. Interesting. I know sometimes your attacks don't quite do exactly what they're supposed to do, so that's probably what happened. It was probably just a little bit of potentially like a little glitch, so we're not that concerned about it as you just go back to your body and grab your stuff. So I think it's actually quite fine. So we've got a couple more over here. I don't really think it's going to be... it might be enough. We'll see what happens. There's quite a bit of them, so I think it might actually provide enough XP. So let's go ahead and do this. I think, what is it, level 50 you get the magic potion? Or maybe it's a little bit, I don't know, like a little bit closer. But if it's at level 50, it's kind of ridiculous. Maybe it's magic power for when you're actually using the skill. Because if it was for XP itself and you're already level 50 and you can't progress any further except XP that's sort of just there for when the skill is increased, I guess it could be potentially useful for someone like me who's sort of getting ready prior, then it would definitely be beneficial. But it's quite nice to actually have something that can help you level in the moment rather than sort of, hey, you can use this in December, which is about like 60, I don't know, quite a ways away. Quite a ways away. But anyways, we got a couple more over here. We're going to kill these, and I think that should pretty much level our magic. So this was not the original plan, to sort of run around and get a magic level, but at the same time, obviously, it's needed, and it is part of our road to max. We're getting a little bit of a lag, a little bit of a glitch, so I think that's a little bit interesting as well. It's crazy. We need, like, a bunch of XP, and I guess there's some creatures over here we can kill really quick, and then we'll be done with that as well. But I don't know, I think all this is just time and preparation, because some people don't have as much time to play the game. So I think that the fact that it's not coming till December, with all the new content for Fell Hollow, I think it could actually be a really good thing. For people who don't have as much time to invest into the game, they sort of get an opportunity to start progressing towards that and sort of just work on that. And they'll be able to progress in the game at a rate which sort of makes sense for them. And then they just sort of get to be ready. So I think that's actually a quite nice thing that they've done. I don't think it was intentional for that purpose. think it's more so they're getting everything ready and then trying to make sure it's going to be ready on launch and with the least amount of problems that they can have, because they want to make sure that we're going to have a fun experience in a game. So I think we just need to find one more thing to kill. So I think we're going to go do that back at the home base. We're going to check our cooking, and then we are going to be essentially done for this episode. So let's go ahead and pop. Oh, I don't want to put that in the wrong one. So we're going to drop all this in here really quick, and then we are going to pop our cooking potion and pick up anything in here. So we got 726 cooking XP. So it's absolutely atrocious, and I just don't even know what to really say. I feel like that's going to be the one skill that is just completely going to take forever, and we're going to be focusing on it for quite some time. And I don't really see a way to improve the XP in that. So anyway, we're level 47 magic, so we've done it. We're going to check just two things. Magic XP is at 30,000. Let's see, I don't think we did any artisan. We did do some cooking, so we're at 117,000. And I'm pretty sure that's all we pretty much did. So we did get a couple of resources which we can use in further videos in the future. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. We'll have a 47 magic now, and we hope you guys enjoyed sort of our playthrough, our daily gaming XP grind. So stay tuned for tomorrow's episode, and as always, Legion Looter out.